Everything is related and constantly changing. Are the things that the world thinks to be true really true? For example, does the sun always rise only in the east? On other planets, it may rise in the west or south or north. Another planet may be clearly divided into a sphere that always sees the sun, and a sphere that is always in darkness. On such a planet the sun would never rise or set, but would be perceived as always fixed on one side of the sky. As another example, does water always flow from top to bottom? This is very natural on Earth. But other physical laws may apply in other places in the universe, or in special places such as microcosms. Even if we believe in the truth now, there is no guarantee that it will be the truth in other dimensions and environments, in other times and subjects. In other words, the truth that humans think, and the truth that aliens think may be completely different. Then, what we firmly believe to be the truth may not be the truth in the true sense of the word. Then, let's observe the appearance of the universe, and various phenomena to find out if there is an immutable truth. The universe is unimaginably large, containing everything, and expands endlessly. However, once it begins to contract, its size converges to infinity at zero and turns into an infinitely small being that cannot be said to be a single point. Due to the nature of the universe, everything that exists does not stand still even for a moment. It is so small that it is divided into countless unknown entities, whose size cannot be specified, and sometimes mixed or merge. These change into various beings and play various roles. In a word, it is constantly changing. Everything is changing at the same time. From an unknown small being infinitely converging to zero to the supergiant universe. Whether something is small or large, hard or soft, round or square, there is nothing in the world that can be determined or specified. This is because it is already changing, even at the moment when you try to specify its shape, size or quality. Since everything has the property of being infinitely divided, mixed, and united, you can temporarily say something at any moment, but it cannot be said that it is the same when even a moment of time passes or the situation and environment change. For example, let's divide an atomic nucleus 100 times, and let X be one of the divisions. How can we characterize this X? It is specific only to the moment when the moment is stopped, but if time passes even a little bit or the environment changes even a little bit, it immediately changes into a different being. This is because the existence of X can also be divided innumerably again, and the innumerable objects existing in it are already interacting with the energy, waves, and matter of the outside world. This is because beings that are incomparably smaller than elementary particles in X go out, and new beings from the outside come into X, and so on. And because in X, some unknown entity may divide or fuse itself. Let's go a step further, and imagine that there are countless universes in that X. Then, even in that many universes, the number of all cases will occur and will inevitably change to infinity. Everything is closely related to each other before and after the change, as well as the process of the change. They directly or indirectly influence each other in large and small ways. For example, our human body is also constantly interacting with the universe. Even at this moment, we inhale and exhale, eat and drink, sweat and excrete. The cells of my body are constantly circulating, with the universe being newly created and dying every moment. Among the cells of the human body, some cells change over several years or stay together for a lifetime. But most of them change within a few hours to a few months. No one knows where most of my body will be in a few months, and how much it will be scattered. In this way, humans receive materials and energy from the universe, and live by constantly making new cells. As another example, let's take a look at the sea. The sea as a whole is one sea. However, if you look closely, there are countless waves. However, no two waves are the same in shape or size. Each wave is slightly different due to many factors such as temperature, wind direction, wind speed, reef, sea depth, and shoreline. Each wave has a different shape, size, and nature, but we just call it a wave. In other words, waves with very different shapes, sizes, and properties arise in one sea every moment and then disappear again. Those waves constantly interact with other waves, as well as with the entire ocean. In this respect, countless waves can be seen as individual waves, but the whole can be viewed as one sea. This phenomenon in which everything interacts with each other, and is closely related to each other is common if you pay attention. It can be found commonly in humans as well as in all living things and objects. Of course, there will be some exchanges in real time or in a short time, and some will require a long time. In this way, each person, animal, and object all seem to be independent entities. But in fact, they are circulating in an endless relationship with each other. That is, everything is related to each other. After all, because everything started from the first cause, even though it is divided, mixed, and combined, it is closely related to each other as one. Everything that is divided is circulated, exchanged, and connected to each other. As one wave increases in height in the ocean, the other wave next to it receives pressure in the direction of relatively lowering. It is the same reason that if I move my right leg forward, my left foot will also tilt and my body will follow suit. On the other hand, if you remove all the empty space of everything in the world, it becomes a point that converges to zero to infinity. This little dot is so small that it can only be seen as one. Everything in it is related as if it were one from the beginning. Now let's restore it to its original state. Every restored thing is changing every moment. Since they were originally one, they change in relation to each other, as if they were one. At the same time, innumerable divisions, mixing, and combining create infinite combinations. So the number of cases is infinite. It becomes infinitely larger and smaller. And it is changing into things we can't imagine, such as micro-universes and supergiant universes as well as parallel universes. After all, everything is related and continues to change. I think this one word, along with everything and I are one, is the closest to the truth. Thank you very much for watching this video.